Our focus on dual language learners is partly an acknowledgement that there aren't curriculum in preschool that have necessarily been developed with dual language learners as the focal point. And so that is a big part of our project. We are in 2 programs where children are from lots of different backgrounds, but predominantly in the Chinatown program, children of Chinese immigrants. And in the East Boston program, there's a little bit more diversity, but a lot of children coming from families from different Latin American countries.
Often children who speak another language or are coming from a different cultural background, or it's very easy for us to, as educators, to fall into the trap of thinking of them as lacking experience or coming from backgrounds where they don't know. And I think for us what is very important is to recognize that everyone brings an expertise and knowledge about their own lives, and that expertise and knowledge and experiential knowledge base has to be brought in to the curriculum.
There's a major debate in the country about sort of what to do with children whose first language is not English. And unfortunately, often what happens is the idea is we need to teach the children English so that when they enter the public school system, they know English. But what the research really ends up showing is that if you have a second language, your second language can be supported with your first language. So instead of using the first language as something to get rid of and eliminate, using your first language to help you learn the second language ends up being beneficial.
We see dual language learning as an asset rather than a deficit for children and for the entire classroom. I mean, these children are going to grow up knowing how to speak 2 languages. And they're doing it starting in preschool. And they may come into the classroom with good language skills in their native language, but not so great skills in English. But over the course of the year, they hear both languages being used in the classroom, and they're with other children who are at different places in their language development, so they are engaging with each other in both languages.
Science involves all these other readiness areas. You do math, you end up working in groups with other children, you learn language, and you learn language not in an isolated way, but language that helps you understand what you're trying to learn, so children are trying to make sense out of their world.